Today on Rappler. The Makabayan bloc calls out the NTF-ELCAC for allegedly being behind a smear campaign in Iloilo. European leaders unite to draft a Ukraine peace plan to present to the US. On his 17th day in the hospital, Pope Francis no longer needs ventilation and is now stable. And sex worker Cinderella story Anora sweeps the 2025 Oscars. Groups under the progressive Makabayan bloc accuse the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict of being behind a smear campaign in Iloilo City. This after Bayad Muna tarpaulins began appearing across key areas in Iloilo in February. The posters are stylized like the Bayad Muna party list campaign materials, but replace the word bayan, which means nation, with the word bayad, which means payment. The group says the message was clearly meant to paint Bayad Muna as a compromised, bought, and an untrustworthy organization. Progressive party list groups under the Makabayan bloc and Panay filed a formal complaint with the Commission on Elections on February 24, urging an investigation and the immediate removal of the tarpaulins. Rappler has reached out to the NTF-ELCAC regional office, but it has yet to respond as of posting. Bayad Muna says the tarps were part of a broader state-sanctioned disinformation and red tagging campaign. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says on Sunday, European leaders agreed to create a peace plan for Ukraine to present to the United States. This is an important step for Washington to provide security guarantees, which Kyiv says are vital to deter Russia. At a summit in London, world leaders showed strong support for the Ukrainian president and pledged to do more to help Ukraine. This 2 days after Volodymyr Zelensky clashed with US President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance at the Oval Office and cut his visit to Washington short. Trump and Vance accused Zelensky of not being thankful enough, despite the US's billions in war aid. Zelensky openly challenged Trump over his approach toward Russian President Vladimir Putin. Starmer, who gave a warm hug to a visibly shaken Zelensky on Saturday, said Britain, Ukraine, France, and a few other countries would create a coalition of the willing to develop a peace plan for Trump. He says, quote, "This is not a moment for more talk. It's time to act." European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says after a long time of underinvestment, it was now crucial to increase defense spending. The Vatican says Pope Francis remained stable throughout the day on Sunday, March 2. The latest update on the Pope's condition says he no longer needs the non-invasive mechanical ventilation, but is still receiving oxygen through a small hose in his nose. Pope Francis experienced a blockage in his airways on Friday, February 28, similar to an asthma attack, which led him to be placed temporarily on ventilation. The 88-year-old Pope has been at Rome's Gemelli Hospital for over 2 weeks. The Pope also met with 2 Vatican officials on Sunday and thanked well-wishers for their support and prayers in a written message. Independent film Anora sweeps the 97th Annual Academy Awards, taking home 5 statuettes out of 6 nominations. The film, about a sex worker who marries the flighty son of a Russian oligarch, takes home the prestigious Best Picture Award, Best Director and Original Screenplay for writer-director Sean Baker, Film Editing, and Actress in a Leading Role from Mikey Madison. Adrian Brody becomes a 2-time Academy Award winner with The Brutalist, in which he plays a Hungarian architect. The film also takes home 2 other awards, including Best Cinematography and Original Score. Succession's Kieran Culkin takes home his first Oscar for actor in a supporting role in Jesse Eisenberg's comedy drama A Real Pain. The French film about a Mexican drug lord's gender transition, Emilia Perez, which has a record-breaking 13 nominations, takes home 2 awards, Actress in a Supporting Role for Zoe Saldana and Best Original Song for El Mal. The film was seen as an Oscar frontrunner until its star Carla Sofia Gascon's old racist and Islamophobic tweets came to light weeks before the ceremony. Meantime, movie musical Wicked bags the awards for production and costume design, sci-fi epic Dune Part 2 takes home the awards for sound and visual effects, while body horror fan favorite The Substance wins the award for makeup and hairstyling. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.